Hello, I've been recording all afternoon, um, so my camera battery is dead. At least it does have enough battery to record a full video. I just thought I'd come today to just have kind of train of consciousness thoughts video. Probably not going to edit it that much. There's quite a few things that are on my mind. Probably not going to be the cheeriest of videos, but I hope you enjoy it anyway. I'm thinking a lot, as I'm sure most people watching this have as well, about the recent attacks in England. First of all, I'm terribly, it's absolutely awful what happened. Sending my love to anyone who got affected by this. Yeah, it's absolutely awful. I'm really sorry that happened to you, or if you were affected in any way. The fact that people can do such awful things, especially the Manchester attack, to children, sadly, I'm not surprised. Maybe that's a pessimist in me. Also because I live around the corner from the Bataclan and Charlie Hebdo, where there were attacks last year, in case you missed that. This is awful, it's absolutely terrible. One thing though, which I have noticed, which I noticed last time during, after the Paris attacks, is people bashing the city or being scared of going to the city because of the recent events. I know very often it's based on paranoia and it's not rational. And as someone who's very anxious, I completely get how you can get in the way of thinking. However, when you're basing, for example, when you're going where you could go on holiday and just roll that out completely, or if you're discouraging other people from going to these places, you're really not helping at all. Not that person, you're just making them more paranoid, because, as I'm going to say, they're not any less safe. And also it's terrible for the city as well. In Paris, tourism has gone down so much in the past year. There are other issues, of course, like death, but it has had a huge economic impact on Paris. Parents know, they have some friends who work in hotel management and tourism, and that's been terrible for them for the past year, because people are just, I don't know, I guess when you're not here, it's very easy to have a terrible image of oh my gosh, there's terror attacks, everyone must be screaming all the time. When in reality, it of course impacted us emotionally and for the following few days of the attacks, where there was much higher security. Also that, generally there's more security after these attacks, so you'd actually be safer, technically. Regardless, the probability of you being in a terror attack is so small, and it's also, I don't want to seem condescending at all, because I completely get where these people come from. I've seen it repeatedly and it starts to anger you. I'm just scared that it's going to happen to London as well, or England in general. Of course, Manchester. I'm not saying you're not allowed to be paranoid. Shouldn't, but we all are. But you are contributing to the impact that these attacks have. I think you can change the way people think, though. Because as I said, I'm very anxious, but I know that if I am constantly worrying about these things, not only will I just be anxious all the time about them, makes my day worse. Also, if there actually was an attack, which the chance is so small, and I was in it, me being paranoid all the time before would not help in the slightest. I would probably just panic more, not think rationally, and yeah, it's not doing any help. If you're in a terror attack, you're in a terror attack. You can hide. Do your best to hide. I'm not saying just stand there and let yourself be killed. It's complicated. It's very complicated, and I don't want to sound insensitive. And obviously, this doesn't apply to people who've actually had, like, or have actually gone through these things, or know people who went through them, because they're probably going through some really, really difficult times. And trauma. But I don't know. On a more positive note, I have been so proud of the reaction that not only people in general, all of Manchester, but also Ariana Grande and everyone who worked on One Love Manchester, for example, had to the Manchester attack in particular. Just so brave, and like especially Ariana. I've never followed her particularly. I like her music, but I don't stan her or anything. But really what she did was remarkable, and just I was listening to Dangerous Woman last night at like 4 a.m. and just sobbing over everything that's happened recently. And obviously these are still issues. They're very, very important. I'm not taking away from the importance. People died. That's awful. It's absolutely terrible and tragic. After reacting with positivity and using this awful event for something good, so touching. To talk about Ariana in particular, like she must be going through such horrible times right now. Like, not only is she has she gone through this, obviously it wasn't directly targeted at her, but it was targeted at what she represents and what she symbolizes, which is like the youth partially, but also society through celebrity culture. Like, attacking a celebrity would be such a huge attack on society, and all the thoughts that must be going through her head right now, for her to come out of it and make something positive is really admirable. I've been thinking about that a lot, and I just had to, like, verbalize what I thought, I guess. Yes, so I'd like to finish this on, first of all, sending my love again to anyone affected by this, or even anyone in Manchester. I know it's very difficult, even if you weren't directly affected, or indirectly through, like, friends, but I'm very proud of how people have reacted, and I really hope none of this happens again. Also, sending love to anyone from other attacks, because there were other ones, quite a few in London, sadly. Again, don't try not to be paranoid about it. Or at least, don't spread fear. I'm not saying you can be paranoid. Well, you can, obviously, but just try your best to stay rational. That's all you can do. If your brain is telling you, oh my gosh, I can't go to this place, I'm not forcing you to, of course not. It's just try to stay as rational as possible and to not spread fear. That's all I want to say, really. So that was my thought today. Yes. Have a lovely day. Bye.